Are you happy? Do you want me to undo a button? Do you think I should undo
No.
a button?
I was more checking.
You think I should do this? Is this a
yes,
better look?
Maybe just so that stays.
I'm on the radio, Lauren. I'm on the radio.
Let loose.
I'm on the radio. This is not. I'm not meant for television. There's a reason the CBC looked at me and went, you know what? TV. Radio.
No,
No.
they video your show too, though. It is a TV show.
I guess so.
It's Watch Me Eat. I am back, and this is like the first, I would say this is the first real profesh episode of Watch Me Eat. It's Watch Me Eat Philly Cheesesteaks with Tom Power, everybody. Tom Power is the host of Q on CBC here in Canada, a beloved talk show.
Yeah.
And you're a beloved, very young talk show host. You're like one of the youngest.
I think I am. I'm 11 years old. People
don't
know that about me, but I had to get a number of permission slips signed by my family just to be here
and
today.
Like hall pass and washroom pass to
Yeah.
the studio.
Yeah, I'm a truant.
You're from Newfoundland. You also have a band. Is this how you pronounce it? The Dardanelles?
Dardanelles. Yeah.
What is that? What's that Dardanelles?
It's a strait of, well, what it is actually is like a strait of water near Turkey, around Gallipoli, where like the Royal Newfoundland Regiment fought, right? So like it was an important battle in the war. But really, it's a street in St. John's where there's no houses on it. It's just called the Dardanelles. And I was just young and started in a band playing Newfoundland music, and I said, "Shag it, we'll name it after the thing." Yeah.
I know that's a dumb question as an interviewer, what the name of your band is, but I literally had no idea, and I didn't do any research because, as I told you, these are very on-the-fly, unprepared.
Why are you apologizing? Do you understand how cool? By the way, do you understand how cool it is for me to be here with you?
Well,
I used to watch you on TV all the time. I used to watch you on TV all the time, and I was just talking to you about this. I think the whole thing is amazing.
Well,
I think this whole thing is incredible. I mean, you were there, you were interviewing, you were there, you had to talk to Sean Desmond, right?
Justin Bieber, Sean Desmond.
You don't have, no, I choose only Sean Desmond. And you had to talk to Sean Desmond, forced,
hey,
at gunpoint.
I like Sean Desmond. No. This isn't a lie, or I like Sean Desmond.
Yeah, me too. I like Sean
He's
Desmond.
very lovely.
Who don't you like?
So generous. I don't like. That's a good question. Let me think about that.
You know, I wouldn't be able to answer it, so I
But you wouldn't because you get in trouble, or you wouldn't. I can find something I like about.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I don't know. I don't.
That's
think
not Sean
Maybe
Desmond.
I don't
I
think
like
about
Sean
them enough to dislike them. They kind of enter your life for like 20 minutes and then you move on, right?
Yeah, you move on. Luckily, I never had to interview anyone where I was like, oh God, like Nickelback, that would be the one.
Probably. Oh, I liked them. They came in. They were very nice.
I'm sure they're nice. See, that's the thing. Then I'd interview them. Then I'd think they were nice. Then I'd start loving their albums. That's what would happen.
They were very, very nice. They were very, very nice. Anyway, but I used to watch you. We're gonna drink. We're gonna have a little drink.
We're gonna have some of this ginger haze beer from. It's from a brewery in Ajax where my friend lives. So.
I've never been to Ajax. I've only been to Oakville once.
I'm from Mississauga.
I've never been to Milton.
Okay, Milton has some waterfalls.
And I've never been to Cambridge.
Okay, me neither. Have you been to Peterborough?
Yeah, I only went there like a couple months ago.
Cool.
Cheers. Cheers to Ajax.
To Ajax.
And our new friendship.
Woohoo.
That's the sound most people make when I announce a new friendship with them. Right, of course. Yes, friendship. Right, of course.
Do you like this?
This is all right. It tastes like what is it?
It's called a ginger haze.
That's nice.
It says pale gold with a spicy ginger nose. Should that say note?
No, I think it's nose.
And taste mild hops and the final addition of Citra.
Now I don't know. Citra
These
sounds
are
like
made
it sounds like an X-Men villain.
These are made up words.
It does. It sounds like Thanos got involved. Is it Thanos? Thanos?
I don't know anything about X-Men.
Thanos. All right.
Now, I don't want the food to get too cold, so I'm going to make you the Philly cheesesteak. I just heated everything up.
I'm so interested in this.
Okay.
Do you know the story of how I ended up here?
No, I want you to tell me, but first, if you're looking for the Philly cheesesteak recipe, it's in my cookbook, Vegan Comfort Classics, 101 Recipes to Feed Your Face, which you have.
Yeah, and I recently bought another copy to give to a friend of mine.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So now
pony up.
You've had some experience with vegan food then, so give me the lowdown.
Last December, I was looking to make a change, and myself and my girlfriend had learned about Veganuary.
Yeah, great.
Veganuary, if you don't know, happens every October. Veganuary is this kind of initiative where you go vegan for the month of January, right? So we said to ourselves, that's a nice challenge. We're going to go vegan for the month of January, so we did that. And we got about 3 weeks into February, and then it all kind of went away.
Then it was March.
And then it all kind of went away. And,
Why though?
And Tiff, you know Tiff.
Yes, Tiffany.
You've met her.
You guys are friends. That's our connection.
Yes.
Okay.
So Tiffany, who works with you, is a friend of mine as well. And she's always bringing bands into the old Q show. She's always hauling in a bunch of bearded losers. You know what I mean? Into the Q show. And I told her the story about kind of, my God, look at all that
This
apple cheese.
is messy. What are you calling it? Apple
Apples?
cheese. Apple cheese.
There's any apple on it?
It's potatoes and carrots. It's magic. Everyone loves this cheese. People are like, what? They can't believe it's cheese. People who are cheese addicts.
So I have to say, and I'm not going to eat this until you. Are you going to make your own?
I'm going to make my own, of course.
Cool.
Yeah.
I found myself, Lauren. I don't know why I said your name. I found myself. I'm kind of. You know what I meant? I'm kind of embarrassed to tell the story.
Well, it's going to be on the internet.
Because I don't care about the internet. It's more like you.
Oh, I'm not judging. I am not judging you.
Are you sure?
Positive. I want to help you.
Do you?
Yeah, I want to know what the problem is because.
Okay, I'll put you in. Were you vegan when you worked on the television show?
I went vegan in 2010, so yes, my whole time at Much Music in Toronto, I was vegan.
Okay, so you know your schedule back then. It's probably pretty heavy, hey? Mm-hmm. The way mine works is that, I get up kind of early in the morning.
Yeah.
Not that early, actually.
What time?
I used to host a morning show, so I used to be up at like 4.
That's awful.
Now I'm up at like 7.
Okay.
And I'm kind of at work a little bit after 8. And then I pretty much work straight until 7 o'clock in the night, right?
Yeah.
I come home, I eat, I go right to my research for the next day. That leads me till around 10:30, and then I try to relax and get some sleep.
I get
right?
that schedule, yeah.
Then I have a glass of water, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Beer. And then I go on to sleep, right? Talk about beer. So
get some cheese.
I found that when two of us, and my partner's a songwriter and a musician.
Yeah.
So her hours are kind of crazy. She might be gone, half the day. She might be, gone.
So no one's like planning meals.
No one's planning meals.
Yeah.
And the actual hours it's when I watch your, with all respect to you, this is what I feel weird about. With all respect to you, when I watch it and you're like, this doesn't take any time at all. It's only 3 hours. And I'm like, only 3 hours? And you're there cutting an onion right now. I don't know how to do that. I do so actually know how to cook, but I have decent cook. But I found that I wasn't getting full.
Oh.
See, that's a judgy eye.
No, sorry, I'm just listening. You weren't getting full. Okay, what were you eating?
I'm done.
No, keep going. I gotta cut these sandwiches in half.
Do you want me to get you something here?
Oh, let's cut. Well, it's not my bread knife.
Is that the thing from the juicer?
Yeah, the Vitamix.
Yeah, I watched that video recently.
I was like, taking forever
What I didn't understand was you started it over here and then you finished it over there.
Did I?
Yeah, you were like, hey, I'm gonna put a full carrot.
You watched that disastrous live stream?
I'm putting a carrot and an apple and a pear in it. And then you said it's, I'm not giving you a hard time.
I don't remember what video.
You said it's so much easier when you do it with the wand. And you went, put the wand in and all of a sudden this cut happens and you're over there kind of shaking it.
What video? Is this a live stream or
It was
an
the
edited?
What I Eat in a Day video.
Oh, there's so many of those.
It was the one where you have I have a juice in the morning, then you had a meal, and then the nighttime you were yelling at a guy off camera that he wanted popcorn. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You were like, I'll have a juice, and in the middle of
Okay.
the day I made myself a grilled cheese sandwich, and then you went.
Oh, yeah, that was
and then
a lot
I just,
of views.
And then my favorite part, you were just going like, what do you mean you want popcorn? Like I didn't know who you were talking to? What do you mean you want You haven't had supper. Like I didn't know.
I didn't know you were so funny. I thought you were dry. I didn't think you were that funny.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know that's who you were talking to, right? And my favorite part was in the morning when you're making what I presume is the morning, right?
Yeah.
Is when you're making you're like, it's so easy. And you stick the little wand in and then cut. You're over there.
Really? I don't remember
Shaking it, yeah. I can show it to you. Want me to show it to you? It's
we'll
pretty
have
good.
to watch it after. That's funny.
Anyway, I've always wondered about that.
So do you have a Vitamix?
No, so when we did the vegan thing, I bought a magic bullet.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah, you can make the cheese in that.
Anyway, so the issue being, I have a little hair on me. A little
It's gone.
professional.
You actually have an eyelash.
Oh my gosh, should I make a wish?
Or it looks like you got your hair cut and a piece of hair got stuck on your face.
Let's see.
That's what it looks like.
What a professional! I'm a professional broadcaster.
We're both professionals.
Professionals. Oh God. Anyway, so the issue was that I found myself not being full, and I would have to eat often, right? And then that just wasn't happening. And then my preparation by Wednesday I was fine because we would make ahead meals, but after Wednesday I'd be like, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, you know.
Right.
So I do like vegan takeout or I do stuff like that, but I don't want to be doing that all the time either, right? And lunch is really hard because I was just kind of eating the same kind of, you know, I was having a falafel or something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, eventually just stuff started sneaking back in, you know, and Christ.
Okay, should I cut it for you, or do you want to just go on in there?
Because if I get in on in there, it's gonna. You think that stray hair on my eye?
It's
was
gonna
a
get
head
messy.
problem.
So I hope you're not shy about like
I am shy.
creating a mess on camera, because we just on my show we just eat and we're rude and we talk with our mouths full.
All right.
By we, I mean me.
And by show, I mean home by myself.
Exactly, with the
Cameras
camera
aren't
on.
here.
Exactly.
I mean, breakfast. So, what is this? What is this? This is seitan?
This is seitan. Homemade
Has anyone ever
seitan.
pointed out, made the connection between,
that it's like, it's not spelled that way though.
I know, S-E-I?
S-E-I-T-A-N.
See, I like the seitan. It's pretty good. I've had it before.
Yeah.
I used to go to that Hogtown vegan there on
Yeah.
College Street.
Yeah,
That's
Hogtown
all right,
vegan's
yeah.
good. This
All
is a Hogtown
we
style,
cheers?
you
Want
know?
cheers?
Let's, whoa, yeah.
All right, ready?
Bam.
There you go.
Get in there.
Lord!
And
How does it taste so much like cheese?
isn't that cool?
Yeah. That's unreal.
It's crazy. Potatoes, carrots, seasonings, a bit of oil, a bit of almond milk.
But
Jalapenos is like the key.
But like, how long does it take? Like 9 hours?
All you do is you,
It's in your book. I saw it in your book.
you peel the potato, cube it up, cut the carrot up, measure it, make sure you measure it. Boil it in this pot for 8 minutes till they're tender. Drain that, put it in your magic bullet with the other ingredients, blend it up. And then it's already warm because you just cooked the potatoes and carrots. Or you could put it back in the pot and just heat it up a bit more.
So like an hour, like a half hour.
No, that's like, it only takes like 20 minutes.
You have a little
Stuff everywhere.
schmutz.
Where?
Right there, look at me.
Oh, wow.
Right there. Yeah.
Way up there.
Yeah, I made it. How do you avoid that when you're doing this show? You're getting so many things.
Sometimes I just have food and things in my mouth and teeth.
So anyway, point being, so that became my issue. So Lauren, I would kind of wake up. I would have like a smoothie that would be ground flax. Some Vega 1 powder.
Okay, good.
Some mango, like frozen mango, a banana, and a bunch of spinach, almond milk, water. I'd have that for breakfast, and then usually have a slice of toast with it, maybe with some peanut butter on it, maybe. But I like peanut butter a little too much.
I don't think there's anything wrong with peanut butter.
Man, it's the best. It's like my favorite thing in the entire world.
Good.
But I eat like the Kraft stuff, which is essentially frosting.
Oh yeah,
It
lots
is.
of sugar.
It's just frosting.
It really doesn't taste like peanut butter either.
No.
But if that's what you think peanut butter tastes like, then that's peanut butter.
That's what I grew
but-
up thinking peanut
yeah,
butter tasted
yeah.
like, you know? Do you ever make your own?
No, but I just buy the natural kind. You can make
It's
your
super
own.
easy to make, eh?
I feel like that takes a long time.
Anyway, so I'd have that.
Yeah.
And then and the first thing I do at 9 o'clock in the morning is the most important thing I have to do, is the show. The show is 9 o'clock to 10:30. And that's like all of my energy is, you know what that's like, it's like all of your
yeah.
energy. But imagine doing that first thing in the morning. It's very hard first thing in the morning.
I wouldn't be able to do it in the morning.
So, I mean, I find it really hard. So but actually, it's pretty good. So I would do that. And then around lunchtime,
Are you eating it like right after the show, like at 11, like
no,
early
around
lunch?
around probably right at noon. Because here's the thing. Also, my schedule is blocked with interviews and meetings.
Right.
So essentially, I have 20 minutes in the day to eat lunch. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Working on your own sounds good, Lauren.
I do whatever I want.
How do I get one of these shows?
You just make it yourself. Put it online.
Hold on.
You're already popular. Everyone knows who you are. You could just break away from the company and do it yourself.
Who put you up to this? Someone at the CBC being like, talk him out of it. Is that what's going on? Lunch, if I was lazy, I might go down and get like a falafel.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a bit of leftover chili from the night before. Like a veggie chili, beans and all that. And then I wouldn't eat again until like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's a long stretch, and that's
Yeah.
where I would fuck me up, right?
And only because you just didn't have anything on you, like you didn't come with anything extra, you didn't make anything.
Well, like the time I have to eat even a snack in that time is literally seconds.
Okay.
So it would be like a handful of almonds, maybe.
Yeah.
But even then, you know, you'd be like fucking day 18 of a handful of almonds. The way I want to eat now, which is not even, but the way I would like to eat is kind of 3 meals.
Well, as an omnivore, is that what you do?
Yeah.
And from 12 to 6, you're not hungry?
I do. Yeah. I don't have to eat between 12 and 6.
Because what do you eat? If as an omnivore, what do you eat?
I eat my biggest meal at lunch.
And what would it be as an omnivore?
Why do you keep on saying as an omnivore?
Well, what else would I say?
I don't know.
You're not a carnivore. You're an omnivore.
No, you're right. You're right, Lauren.
I don't know what else to say. I don't want to say normal because everyone thinks being an omnivore is the normal way. So that's why I'm saying omnivore.
Is that a norm? Is that a thing people say?
People say normal, like, oh, the regular or normal way.
How about heathen?
Heathen, the hedonist way.
How about you pagans? And how you godless.
So what would you eat?
I have a sandwich, and I have a big bowl of lentil soup.
Lentil soup. What's in the sandwich?
Turkey. I feel like, you know what I feel? Kind of embarrassed.
Well, because do you know what I'm going to say to you?
No.
Well, how come you got rid of lentil soup? Because that's vegan already.
I love lentil soup.
Did you make lentil soup?
I buy it. It's $3 at the little
And
food
it's
court
vegan.
downstairs, and it's so good.
So you should still have that, and you should still eat your sandwich, and just replace it with, there's like, as a good transitional, tofurkey deli slices are really good.
And they're gonna fill me up with turkey bill?
Doesn't turkey make you tired?
No.
Doesn't?
No.
That's a thing though.
Isn't that? I don't know. Is that really a thing?
Turkey always made me really tired, and everyone says turkey makes you tired. What is your turkey sandwich? What's on it?
Turkey. I'm having a good time. Turkey, Dijon mustard, mayonnaise.
This is literally the sandwich I eat every day with tofurkey.
Turkey, Dijon mustard, mayonnaise, spinach.
How do you?
Cheese, sliced cheese.
Okay. Man, I wish I made that sandwich for you because this is what I eat every day.
And it's the, it's the grocery store bread. You know, your Dempster's seeds on the side of it. It pretends to be healthy bread.
I can get you healthier bread that will fill you up. And that will not replace, but it will kind of supplement what you might think you're going to be lacking in protein or whatever in fiber. There's no fiber in turkey, but the fiber from a sprouted bread, which you would love, this bread I'll show you after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could replace it with a vegan cheese,
Yeah.
which has less saturated. The problem, I don't know why you went vegan. Was it for health, environment, all the things?
You know what it was? Is this an embarrassing reason?
There's no embarrassing reasons.
It was like a bit of a test.
Okay.
It was a test of will. I think I'm always on a quest to try and get healthier. My weight kind of fluctuates up and down, but I think mainly it was a bit of a challenge to myself to see if I could just add some more discipline.
And you failed.
Well, I did too.
I'm just kidding. That's great.
You know.
But the sandwich thing is just 2 easy swaps, which is the cheese and the turkey, and the mayonnaise. You would get veganese. So
I had veganese. I liked it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. My girlfriend's dairy free, right? She doesn't eat
Okay,
dairy,
so
she's
you
fine,
use
so.
veganese normally now, even now.
Well, yeah. I think we have mayonnaise now.
Why? Why don't you just keep using the vegan one?
Good question.
Even Hellman's vegan tastes like real Hellman's.
I think when we went back to non-veganism, we just went back to non-veganism.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See, I find that interesting, where it's like, oh, how come, like out of curiosity, I'm just like, well, how come you don't just keep a few of this habits you instilled? Like, it's not like you have to be all or nothing.
I do. I
know?
did keep a lot of the habits in that I eat a lot less. I eat a lot less meat than I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I think the lentil soup might actually be a bit of a holdover from the vegan days. I feel like I'm much more conscious about what I eat.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, in the nighttime though, Lauren,
Yes.
like
Yeah, what are you eating then?
right now, oh Jesus Christ! I mean, it could be anything. You know, it could be some takeout. It could be some pasta we make at home. It could be, but a lot of it's like I'm working late, so I'll just grab something. I'm gonna grab something, you know.
And even just like as...
But things that take a little time to cook, I'll say that. Things that don't take like 2 hours.
Right. Well, your chili sounds like a good idea, where you could be putting lots of beans in there, and then also maybe veggie ground round, which actually isn't the one. There's a brand that is gluten free, so there's no.
Are you gluten free?
I'm not gluten free, not at all. I love gluten, but something that can happen when you first go vegetarian or vegan is you just tend to eat a ton of bready type stuff, right? Because you're kind of filling rather than eating lots more vegetables and fruit and legumes and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't think like you have to go vegan, which everyone's going to yell at me for saying that. It's like whatever.
Is your crowd like super Are they all? Oh man, I never thought about.
No,
this.
I mean they're.
Are they going to be after me now in the
No.
comments?
Well,
Are you
maybe. Don't ever look at the comments.
Do you?
Yes.
Because they're all positive about you.
Oh, some of them are, but like for instance, today this show that I posted with my friend Kaylin, like they're all ripping on him for like talking about some chick and like they're saying he's fat shaming her and this and that.
Oh my God.
Which he wasn't. He was just telling his true story, and it's like relax. Everyone, it's fine, and you can't take it personally.
Who's that?
The cat's coming.
Who's the cat?
Snickles. Anyway, I think it's great that you tried going vegan and that you like kind of started forming new habits that you'll now be aware of when you go to pick meals and make choices, right? And it's like, I'm not here to tell you to like, well, Tom, you should have done this, this, and this so you can stay vegan, because everyone's on their own path, and I just don't like being preachy or pushy. Because
I liked it, and I think there's going to be a time when I go back to it. Do you find doing this kind of show in here means you're home a lot more?
Oh yes, I'm home all the time.
That bum you out?
It doesn't. It mostly doesn't bum me out. It mostly doesn't because I really like it. I like kind of being alone and working alone and like doing my own thing and like accomplishing things and like getting stuff done.
Popcorn Man's not around.
Popcorn Man's gone.
Right.
And even when he was around, he like wasn't around because I was really busy working and traveling. So I've been like in this type of thing for a few years now, and I kind of like it. But then a few days will go by where I've literally talked to nobody, or maybe I've only had like one phone meeting, and I'll be like, wow, I really should like get out and maybe like talk to someone.
Have you tried that A&W burger yet?
Yes, so that you should try that. Have you tried it?
No, but I had the Impossible Burger when I was in LA last. Have you had that?
Yeah.
Pretty good, eh?
Yeah. It's very meat-like. It's very realistic. I've
been vegan long enough that you're not into things that are meat-like?
Yeah, well, I'm into the meat-like because it's satiating and it's good, but I don't want to eat meat. Like, I'm the kind of vegan who understands that meat tastes good. I get why everyone likes it. Like, fat, salt, the thing that happens in your mouth. But I don't want to eat it, and it makes me feel sick. And also, going further than that, now that I've been 8 years vegan, and somewhere along within the first 3 years, it was like, oh, eating animals is super weird. It's bad for the environment. I feel guilty. Yeah. I don't like it. I've always loved animals, so it never made sense to me to eat them. But I get that, like, I still want my food to be like meaty and creamy and rich and full of fat and full of salt and like tasty. And I've just figured out how to do that with plants. So that's just what I'm trying to show people.
So let me go back to this. So say you decide 3 weeks have gone by, you decide to leave the house.
Yes.
You're thinking like...
We're setting the stage here, yeah?
You know what? I've been inside for 3 weeks. I got to go out.
Got to get out.
I got to go out and hit the road, I got to go out to the store and get some legumes. Put yourself in my shoes.
Yeah.
What do you do between 12 and 6 if you start getting peckish?
Apple. I eat an apple. Yeah. Full of fiber. Fiber is the key here.
Why'd you look over there when you said full of fiber?
I don't know.
You said an apple. Full of fiber.
I didn't look at the camera though.
No, you didn't.
I looked somewhere.
No, you looked somewhere over there. It's like there's a guy over there saying like, what are apples?
I don't know why I did that. Apple, chips. I know chips aren't like healthy, but I would eat chips.
I've heard Junior Mints are vegan.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, I think Junior Mints are vegan. Oreos too, right?
Oreos. When I worked at Much
Music,
I would make a container full of some type of salad.
When did you make it?
The night before or at the beginning of the week. You can make like a whole pot of quinoa in 10 minutes and lentils. They don't take very long to cook.
I think I'm lazy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So quinoa.
Can you be vegan and lazy?
You can be, but you might not be healthy, and then you'll give up. You'll go back to eating regular.
Do you think that was the problem?
Well,
I'm not.
I don't want to call you lazy. I don't think you're lazy.
I'm very non-lazy in terms of my work, but I feel like perhaps because my work is like 12, 14 hours a day, I'm a little lazy with all of that stuff.
Yeah, and I don't think that that's strange. I think that's that's what everyone's like.
Yeah.
And they just don't want to put in like maybe an extra hour cooking at night or on Sunday.
Because when you get home and after you have your supper and after you do your work at night, you got about 2 hours left to yourself. Yeah. It's hard to spend one of those cooking, right?
And I'm not gonna lie,
doing the dishes.
I've always been that way where I'll like make food for the week or for the next 3 days at least. I don't do that now because I do this job, so I actually eat terribly, and I'll go for 7 hours without eating. And I'm not hungry, and it's weird because I'm not active because I'm in front of a computer or doing whatever. So I'm less active, I'm eating less, and I eat very weird. I'll just eat like half a bag of it's terrible. I eat half a bag of chips oh, there's my dinner. And like, I just forget.
It's popcorn, guys. It's
Popcorn.
making more sense to me now.
So that's me now, but before when I had more of your job, I did take a little bit of extra time to just like make sure there was like stuff I could throw into a container in the morning to bring to work. And making sauces was always key for me. So like in that cookbook, there's a few different dressings you can that are veganese based, or there's like miso tahini dressing you could make, or just like different sauces that were really kind of fatty and filling, but like they're not bad fat, but again, they help add that like satiation kind of thing when you're eating like just grains and greens. You feel like I'm getting like now a creamy sauce like that makes you feel satisfied and actually is more filling than like a vinaigrette. So yeah, I think you could make like not take hours and hours of extra time, like maybe just an extra hour of like some prep.
How long does the seitan take?
Well, this does take longer. So it actually takes like 10 minutes to put all together in a bowl and mix together and wrap in foil, but the baking of it takes an hour and a half.
Yeah, but you're not.
But you don't do anything. You're just putting it in the oven and baking it for an hour and a half. You don't even have to look at it. So you could be prepping. So let's say you had an extra hour and a half, bake the seitan and make some other stuff while you make the seitan.
Because I hate myself so much, I am going to look at the comments of this. But well, someone please let me know if anyone has the same kind of trouble that I do. You know that
you're
like,
not alone.
right,
for sure, you're not alone.
Right.
And like these are the types of comments or emails or DMs I get.
DMs?
DMs, direct messages.
I know. Sorry. I know I work for the CBC, but I know I work in public radio. I'm familiar with DMs. Like
today, someone asked me what a DM was though. In the DMs, like in the comments.
That's sliding into your DMs. That's
Slide
the thing.
into DMs, yes.
Slid into your DMs. You know?
You know.
I've heard of it. I tell you what, the biggest benefit of veganism was for me. My sleeping improved an awful lot. Like
because you're not digesting meat all night, which takes a lot of energy and like just keeps you up. Because it's kind of like I think that's why.
You know, I'm the kind of person who would go to bed around 12 and then wake up at 3, wake up at 5, wake up at 6.
See, I've been like that my whole life. Going vegan hasn't made a difference in that.
Going vegan changed that for me.
Interesting.
You still do that now?
I do. I'm the worst sleeper. I'm like basically awake all night. I can any sound, like a pin dropping. I know that's a cliche saying, but like I startle.
Do you gasp?
No, I don't gasp. But I am like just awake. It's like I'm just aware of everything.
Right.
It's off. It's not good.
Right.
That could be a coffee thing, but I was like that before I even drank coffee.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes.
It's not even that a personal question. It's an indelicate question.
Okay.
All right.
Anything.
So say if you're, you go out and you have a few too many of these things, right? I don't know.
Then I sleep good.
No, I'm with you. So you have a few many of these things. I don't know what your relationship is with drugs or something like that, but you might smoke weed or something like that. I don't know if you do that.
Sometimes, not very often.
But say if you were, or like if you did that, or you drank a little too much beer, and you're like,
what do I?
Yeah, then you're vegan. It's 2 or 3 in the morning. What do you do?
I usually come home and I make mac and cheese.
Make.
Yeah. See, I'm drunk or high making food.
Drunk making food. You're giving yourself an hour while drunk to make food.
The day of mac and cheese takes about 20 minutes. Boil the water, cook the noodles, stir in the sauce. So it's like Kraft Dinner. It's the same as Kraft Dinner, but it's vegan.
Pretty good. Do you ever get takeout on the way home?
Yeah, falafel, Liberty shawarma. Mm-hmm. Ever had Liberty shawarma?
I've had like falafel.
Falafel, Liberty shawarma wrap, French fries.
Oh yeah. Bit of advice of yours. I can tell by the way you smiled after you said
Love French fries. Like if I'm
full of fiber.
Potatoes have some fiber,
Maybe
yeah?
they do.
Very little.
I don't know. You know what I was thinking was going to happen here today? I thought we were going to cook together.
Oh, no.
And I'm so happy we weren't doing
that.
that.
Oh, good. Hopefully you're not disappointed by that.
No, I'm delighted that I was.
I haven't yet decided on if I should bring people in to cook with me. It gets very complicated. But sitting and talking and eating as a whole is just easy production. Because I don't often get to talk to other people who do what I do or used to do what I do. I guess I used to do what you do, which is talk to celebrities.
You're doing it right now.
Talk to celebrities.
No, sorry, I don't mean like that. I don't mean like that. I mean,
but I don't normally do this, actually. This isn't really something I've been doing over the last few years. Like, I kind of stopped interviewing and...
Can I say this? How's it going?
Oh, great.
You having fun?
I'm having fun. I'm a little tired, not gonna lie.
In this conversation right now?
Oh, no, just with my schedule.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant... You thought what I thought?
No,
You thought what I thought, which was that I was asking how this interaction is going. You went,
I'm not
to be honest, a little exhausting.
I thought you were saying, like, how's it all going, like, you doing this whole thing you're doing? I thought that's what
I'm
you
curious
meant.
about that, but I meant, like, you said, I haven't done this in a while. Talk to somebody
Oh,
who I don't know.
I like this because I don't feel like I have to kiss your ass, and maybe it's only because you're in my house, like literally, like you're here and I'm doing this kind of ridiculous, nonchalant, go with the flow show. There's zero pressure. Whereas like live TV or live radio plus guest plus 8 people standing around with this guest who are like, is she gonna ask that personal question? Like that shit. I find
that stuff kind of hard. I find the stuff with them. Now on my show we don't. If they say we don't want you to ask about this, we call the interview off.
I wish we could have done. Yeah, I hate that.
So when they were like, they don't want to talk about this, we go, that's fine. We're not going to do the interview. And they go,
yes.
Well,
and then they go, fine, we'll do it.
You know, yeah. Well, or you know what? We've had a couple of people, I can't think of any right now, but we've had some people go like, you know what? All good. No problem. We won't do the interview. And then we go, oh, you sure?
And what are the types of things they'll say you can't ask about? It's usually, because for us, I know Much Music's way different. Definitely, I wouldn't even call myself a journalist, so it's different. But like,
I think it was a great thing you guys do.
Well, it would be like personal questions. It was just like talk about the album and the tour, and you're like, yeah boring. What about?
See, what we don't do is we don't talk to people often about like who are you dating and stuff like that, you know?
Which is of course what we want.
Right. So when we had Shawn Mendes recently, he's a songwriter, singer from Pickering. Mm-hmm. You know?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know him, but I know his story.
Popular guy, right?
V popular.
V. Is that like a DM?
I also don't know where that came from.
Full of fiber.
V.
Yes, why not, Lauren? For Christ's sake, I got a flight soon. Let's do it. Hey.
Great. Oh.
Yeah,
it's not gonna foam over, is it?
They're gonna keep me off the plane. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay.
Oftentimes they'll come to us and go like, hey, you know, now this didn't happen with Shawn Mendes, but like, hey, so and so doesn't want to talk about whether they're dating so and so, and we go. What we often say is, we weren't going to ask that anyway.
Yeah.
That's not this kind of show. We can't tell you we're not going to ask it. We can't tell you we're not going to ask it because we have every right to ask it. But I wasn't planning on asking that. We're not that kind of show.
I wasn't planning on it, but should the narrative go that way and they say something and then the next obvious follow-up question could be something related to the relationship.
There's something more like saying the words, I'm not going to, like journalistically, there's like a law, like a rule to me.
See, I don't know these journalists.
Or you know what I mean?
Laws.
Like if I say I'm not going to ask you a question, that's very different than I'm not planning on asking you about that. You know. So I had Niall Horan of the One Direction group. You know them?
I got a great Niall Horan story. Okay.
Lay it on.
No, tell me yours first.
No, mine's nothing. I don't have a great Niall.
No,
Horan
but what about Niall?
But like when we sat him down, I think he was ready for us to ask. You know, are you dating Selena Gomez or Camila Cabello? You know.
He was expecting that, you think?
Well, I don't know. I don't think he does a lot of interviews that aren't like that.
Interesting.
Or a little bit like, you know, what's your favorite color or something like that, you know. And again, no disrespect to people who do that kind of stuff. But we started talking to him a little bit about, you know, when you're in the back of a car and you're driving down the road and you're stopped and all of a sudden all these people just pile on the top of your car and are banging on the window. All these young people just banging on the window trying to see you. What's that actually like? Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, it's so cool. And I went, really? And he went, no, it's really scary. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. It's scary. You've never been this place before. And I think the whole goal I have with the show is to try and, like, I think what's more remarkable than people are celebrities and, like, legends and are gods is that, isn't it more remarkable that Niall Horan's just a guy? Yeah. Like a fucking guy. He's amazing at Harry Styles. Harry Styles, like, you know, he probably played Connect Four growing up, you know, and he probably wore a shirt that didn't fit him, and he probably had a hard time, you know, he ate too much takeout, and he probably, you know, it was, you know, and he's a flawed human, and that all of a sudden he can make something beautiful like that, like the music that he makes. So I try to do a little bit more of that, a little bit of like we talk a little bit about the album, a little bit about the movie or whatever, but I also just like to find out the kind of more boring stuff about them. This stuff that freaks them out, the stuff that scares them a little bit, the stuff that we all have in common, rather than like, must be pretty cool. Is your house gold plated? Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's not a real question anyone would ask. No. But I like asking mundane questions about like, what did you have for breakfast? Or, you know, I find that stuff really interesting.
Me too. And I think near the end of what I did at Much on MTV, I was trying to ask like more of those types of questions because I wanted to just have a normal conversation instead of having this conversation that was me kissing your ass and like. And then having to talk. I always feel like I had to kiss their asses because sometimes you are confronted with ego and they're expecting this interview to really be boastful about them. And you have to play that game a little bit. Plus on live TV and Much Music, when there's teenagers around and you're just trying to get woos and hot and like screams, you're kind of having to say these like sensationalized things that really like build the person up.
Yeah, didn't you host the MMVAs a couple of times? I remember watching it. I think I watched you do that one time. Yeah. And I just remember like, I'm not fucking around with you. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I know.
You were really good. Because I always knew you were really good. But I especially knew it when in those kind of moments where it's just the worst environment to do television. Like you're standing there with Niall Horan or something like that, or like Harry Styles. Everyone around you is screaming at Harry Styles. Everyone around you is not crazy that you're talking to Harry Styles. Everyone's kind of like, let him talk. I want to be her talking to Harry Styles. And you were talking to them and you were doing these interviews and you made them feel comfortable. And I found they were always looking at you a little bit like this, kind of like, you know, they'd be like, and you'd be like, so, you know, 3 MVAs tonight, how does it feel, you know? And they'd be like, well, you know, it's pretty good, you know. And they like all I wanted them to do was just like give her something. Go, it's awesome, Lauren. I'm so happy to be here. And you were like, so you have a new album out? How do you feel about the new album? You know, and all I thought you wanted them to do, of course, is to go like, Lauren, it's amazing. We made it in this place, and they would go, yeah, you know, it's pretty good. You know, it's good. It's a good little album. All the while, teenagers are screaming at you, and you held it together so well. And I remember when
it's the weirdest.
I think you were like I think you were an early Instagram person, right? And I think I saw early, maybe it was Twitter. We didn't know each other. We haven't met till today.
No. But
I knew who you were from, because I would do the morning show, so I used to watch a lot of TV in the evening. I live by myself. Very sad. And I remember seeing that and going, so when you lost that gig, or I don't know what happened with that gig.
Yeah, I got laid off.
I was sad to hear that, man. You were good at that job.
Well, thank you. It was a good time, though, to get laid off. I've been laid off twice by that company, but at that time, it was really the right time to leave because, A, there was nothing to even do there. There was no opportunity. There was no shows. And I had started this. So, and this is what I wanted to do.
I remember when you started this.
This is what I wanted to do.
Can I be honest with you? I was like, what? And I bet I wasn't the only person.
When we say this, we're talking about Hot for Food or just YouTube?
YouTube. I'm like, what?
Yeah, were you like, what? Because you're like, why would you go on YouTube?
No, not at all.
Oh,
not at all.
I was like that myself.
It was more like, what a risk.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I think the lowest viewed video you have is still like 40,000 people, which like a lot of people would beg to get 40,000 people. And the highest videos you have are like, you know, 800.
And like nobody watches me.
And that's just the Lauren Toyota. I didn't know
the ratings on Much would be like 800 people would watch New Music Live. What?
What?
Yeah, nobody watched. We'd see the ratings. Oh. 2,000 maybe.
I didn't know that.
Big guest, I don't know, 12,000. So when I think about that now, I'm like, more people see this and are engaged in this than anything I ever did in television.
That's why I like the CBC. People really care about it, you know? People who like the CBC really love the CBC.
Yeah. CBC's like legit and serious and
full of fiber.
And full of fiber, and it is Canada and its culture, and it's like, I think I always dreamed of like maybe one day making it to the CBC, like when I was in television, but
not too late.
No, it's not. But I don't know. I really like what I'm doing.
I'm a little jealous of this.
I really like what I do on YouTube because I don't have to answer to anybody, and I think I could never go back to that now. I can't. I don't know how I will, or if I don't want to.
What was the kind of jumping off point? Like how many of these people who were into this thing were from your old gig?
Oh, I say very few because I built the Instagram simultaneously when I was a VJ, but I didn't cross promote it and I didn't talk about it.
So how do people find it?
The way I posted on Insta, just like with hashtags and trying to tap into the vegan foodie, taking pictures of your food kind of community that was starting around that time.
Do you subscribe to hashtag What Vegans Eat?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? I know disrespect to this guy. What's with the pilot? Do you ever see this guy?
Who's the pilot?
There's a guy in the What Vegans Eat hashtag. He's a pilot, and he's always like this, holding on to like peanuts and noodles. And I'm like, what are you doing in the cockpit?
Is his name the pilot?
I think he might be called the vegan pilot.
Oh my God, really?
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I've never seen this person.
And I'm always like, what are you doing on the plane?
Vegan pilot is a hashtag. This guy?
That guy right there. He shows up. He shows up on my Instagram all the time. The veggie pilot. And he's always in the cockpit.
And you're like, what are you doing? Why aren't you flying?
One more vegan question for you.
Yeah.
Another thing that got us off of veganism is that we felt like we were having the same flavor palette all the time. Tomato, curry. Those are the two kind of flavor palettes we dealt with all the time. Chilies and curries.
In
Chilies
veganism.
and curries, yeah, in veganism, for our suppers.
This doesn't taste like any of that, does it?
No.
Curry and tomato and chili, yeah.
There's a lot of that, you know?
Yeah. And see, I would say those are two of the things I ever taste. I never taste those things. I almost never eat those types of things.
What did you have for supper last night?
I had vermicelli noodles with, I actually had more seitan. So I was in Mississauga and I got Whole Foods.
Are you folks vegan?
No, but I was in Mississauga seeing them, and I happened to pop into Whole Foods to get something. And in the bar, the deli bar, they had mock General Tso's chicken. So I got that. It had some peppers and broccoli in it. No, it had peppers in it. So I made vermicelli and I had some broccoli in there, and I just cooked that all in a pan.
You know what I think my problem is? I think I'm overthinking it.
Maybe. Like, of course, it takes a bit of a transition to retrain your brain, right? To think differently. But then once you do, this guy doesn't think twice about any of this. He just whips something up, takes it on the plane, puts it in a container. It's just it actually is just more of a re-education, like a reprogramming of your brain a little bit for a few months until it just becomes, the norm. All right. Thank you, Tom Power. Yeah. Listen to Q. Can people not in Canada listen to it?
Yeah, it's a podcast.
It's a podcast. I didn't know that. Where can they find it?
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay.
Look up Q Podcast, I think it's called.
Cool.
QCBC or something like that.
Yeah, you've interviewed everyone. It's really great. Okay.
Will you come on sometime?
Yeah, what are we going to talk about?
I don't know, your book.
Yes! Let's do it.
All right.
What an honor.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming to my house.
I'm going to take this home to Meg, though,
all right.
and see what she thinks of it.
Thanks, Tom.
Oh, Lauren, that was really fun for me. Was that okay for you?
This was so fun. The best.